Hey guys, welcome back to GWiz Academy. In this video, we are going to learn about while loop. What exactly is this while loop and why do we use it? All those things we are going to explore in this video. See, in Python, we have two types of loop. One is for loop and one is while loop. In our next video, we will see what is for loop and how to use it. But in this video, we are going to explore how to write while loop. Okay. See, what exactly is this loop means? See, it's just an English term, loop, in the sense the program will keep on running again and again and again and again till we stop it, or till we give a command to stop the program. The program will keep on running in loops. So what exactly do I mean here is, let's take an if statement and I'll show you a practical demonstration. Let's say if I have an variable called as I, and let's say its value is 1. Okay. So now if I write a if statement, in our last video we have learned what is if else statement, right? So if I write now this statement such as if I is less than 10, print I. So what is the output that this particular code will give us? Let's see. This code will give us the output of 1, right? So what is happening? So our code is checking whether I is less than 10 or not. If yes, then it is going to print I. What is the I value? It's 1 that we have declared in before itself. So, but it is not the same if for the while statement. While statement in the sense, if I remove this if statement here and simply I just need to write while. Now if I save it, and I'll add one more line here. I'll increment it. I is equals to I plus 1. So don't bother about this thing right away, right now. Just see what is happening here. Okay, I'll save this code and I'll run this program. If you scroll down here, if you see the output, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 as an output. So how many times our code did run is, we almost around 9 times the code has run. Before, when we ran the code, it just iterated once. So what we technically tell is iteration. How many iteration did the if statement did? If statement is just one iteration, but as soon as you write this while statement instead of if, what happened is the code started running in loops. It kept on running until the I value got it became 10, right? Until it became 10, the while loop kept on running. So what exactly is happening over here? That's the reason we call while, that's the reason we don't say this as while statement, we call it as a while loop. Okay, so this is a typical example of while loop. And why exactly are we getting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That is because we are incrementing value for every new iteration. See how many times the code has run. It has run almost around 9 times, right? So 9 times the code has run, and till the value of I is 10. As soon as the I value is 10, became 10. So as soon as I value became 10, so what, this condition becomes false, right? While I is less than 10. So if I became 10, then this statement will be false and the loop will break. Loop will stop, right? So in first iteration, what happened? Let's see. First iteration, what will happen? If, because I is equals to 1, what will this code do? If while I is less than 10, it will, this statement is true. Now it will print I. So what is the I value? I value is 1. Okay, now again after printing, it will scan this line, 9th line, and it will increase the value of I to 2, right? So and then it will go back here. So 2 is less than 10 and print 2. Okay, 2 is printed, and then it will come to the third line and I is plus 1, in the sense it will become 3, right? So again 3 will go here and 3 is less than 10, so it will print 3 and come back here and it will become 4, and 4 will go, 4 is less than 10, so it will print 4 again here. and then again 4 plus 1 5, so 5 is less than 10, so it will print 5, and then I is equals to I plus 1, in the sense 5 will become 6, so 6 is less than 10, so it will print 6 again. Same way it will go ahead and print 7 8 9. Okay, so as soon as I becomes 9, it will go here, 9 is equals to 9 is less than 10, so it will print 9. Okay, and then as soon as it comes here, so 9 now becomes 10, so as soon as 10 goes here, 10 is not less than 10, so because it is 10 is equals to 10, so 10 is not less than 10, so now the loop will stop and it will not print 10 here, right? So this is how this output is what we have got here. So if you see carefully, our code did run how many times? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 times the code has run, right? And it was about to run 10th time as well, but because the condition did not meet, so while loop got stopped. So this is how we write while loop. Okay, this is a typical example of while loop, and there are two concepts in this while loop that we need to focus and learn. So first thing is, yeah, I'll copy this and paste it here, right? And make a note that this is an extremely important point here. Important to increment the I value. So what happens here is, if you don't add this I increment statement, so what happens is I is always less than 10, because I is equals to 1, so I will be always equals to, less than 10. I will be always less than 10. So if I is always less than 10, it will keep on printing I again and again and again and again. It will run in loops, and this will become an indefinite loop. So make sure you increase the I value no matter what. This is the most important statement while you write any while loop. Okay, else what will happen, your code will keep on running and your PC will hang, or yeah, that's all those stuff will happen. So you'll have to close this whole application and then restart again and then change the code, right? So this is the way through which you can break your software, right? So don't do that. So it is extremely important that you carefully write your while loop, and small mistake like just forgetting this one line might make the whole program that you have written, the long big program that you have written, everything will go in vain. So make sure you carefully write, you understand what exactly is this code doing, and then it will be very easy for you to not commit any mistakes, right? All right, so this is how we write while loop, and there are several variations to this while loop, and there are some important things how in practical implementation we will see how to make use of this concept of while loop to write complex code or to create complex programs in our later videos. But for now, this is the foundation of while loop, and this is how we write it, and this is how the code runs in the backend. So it is important to understand that first, right? So we understood now what is this while loop, right? Now let's see how to use break statement. See, I'll use this same code. Okay, I'll copy this complete code. Yeah, I'll paste it here. Now let me comment it off for demo reference purpose. I'll just comment it off. All right, so that the output of this code doesn't interfere with this code. Let me clear my output as well. All right, so now how to use break statement. See, when we write while loop, now as you know, this is a while loop. Okay, so now it will run 9 times. All right, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 will be the output, right? So but what if I don't want that to happen and I want to break this code, I want to break this loop, basically I want to break this loop. So to break this loop, what I'll do, if I is equals to, let's say, 6. As soon as I is equals to 6, do one thing, break the loop. So what am I doing here is, I'm telling our Python program that, hey, I know that you are a while loop and you will run again and again and again unless and until the I value becomes equals to 10, so that this while loop is false and the while loop should stop, right? That is a typical while loop. But I want you to stop this whole iteration or looping process as soon as I hits equals to 6. Just stop. Okay, just break the looping part. Okay, don't execute it, just stop running the code, just stop iteration. Okay, so now if you see what will happen, let's, without running this output, let's try to find the output. Let's visualize the output. What will happen if I is equals to 1? Okay, so while I is less than 10, it will first, what is the thing that it will do? It will first print I. So what is the I value? I is equals to 1, so the first output will be 1. Okay, and then if I is equals to 6, then break. So I is not equal to 6, so it will, this code will run. So I will get increased by 1, it will become 2. So again it will go back here, second loop. In second loop, 2 is the value, so 2 is less than 10, so print 2. Okay, print 2, and then if 2 is equals to 6, then break, else it will become 3, and 3 will go here, and 3 is less than 10, so print 3. And yeah, print 3, and 3 is less than 6, so it will come here, and then 3 will become 4, and then again 4 is less than 10, so 4 will get printed here, and then 4 is not equal to 6, so it will again come back here, and 4 will become 5, so 5 will, again next loop will start, 5 is less than 10, so 5 will get printed, and then 5 is not equal to 6, so this condition is false, so the code will come here, and 5 will be incremented to 6, again 6 will be here, and in the next loop 6 is less than 10, so 6 will get printed. And now if you see, as soon as we print 6, now what will happen? If I is equals to 6, now 6 is equals to 6 in this loop, right? So if 6 is equals to 6, we have asked Python to break the while loop, get out of this loop instantaneously, right away. So what will happen now? Nothing will happen. The code will stop iterating again and again, and the loop will get broken, right? So the loop will simply break, and our iterations won't happen further. If we don't use this break statement, what will happen? Again, till 9th output we will get, in the sense 9 times iteration will happen, right? So as we have seen in this example. So now this should be our output. So let's verify whether this is true or not. Whatever we have visualized, whatever we have understood about while loop, is it true or not regarding break statement? So let me quickly save it. So if you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is the output, and as you can see, this is what we have visualized as well. We have predicted that this code, this program that we have written will print this as an output, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the output, right? Perfect. So in case if I don't write this break statement, so what will happen? I'll get output till 9. Let me quickly save it, run this program. See, it will keep on running. As soon as I will hit 6, the code should break. That is what we just told by using this break statement. If I hits 6 in the sense, then what you need to do? Simply break. That's it. It's as simple as that, right? It's clear. So if in case if you have questions regarding this break statement, please let me know, right? Now let's move to our next concept called as continue. Okay, so here what I'll do, I'll comment out this part. Or else I'll try to use it the same code again here, and I'll simply comment it off. Perfect. So yeah, just to make sure that the output doesn't interfere with each other, so you should not get confused, right? So let me clear the output as well. All right, so yeah, next concept that we need to carefully understand here is how to use continue statement. Just like break statement, we have something called as continue statement. Continue statement, this is a continue statement. Okay, it's as simple as that, but you should not write this code. This code will run forever. And why is that so? The same logic that we have used to visualize this code, the same logic, let's go ahead and try here and see what does this code do. See, what is this continue statement? What exactly does this do? Instead of breaking the loop, what it will do is it will just stop that particular iteration. See, 9 times the code will run, right? So instead of 9 times, as soon as I hit the value of 6, just break the loop. This is what this break statement tells us. But this continue statement tells us that, hey, you don't have to close the whole loop, or you don't have to stop the whole loop. Instead, what you can do is you can skip this iteration and jump to the next iteration. All right, so let me explain you what exactly this does. I'll copy this, paste print here. Don't worry, I'll explain it what exactly am I doing here. I'll explain you. So let me quickly run this program and see what is the output. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no 6. Instead of 6, we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we directly started from 2, and 1 is not printed. Our initial value is of I is 1, but as soon as the loop started, we increased the I value to 1, right? And then we did all the other parts, right? So we have directly increased the I value to 1. In a sense, incremental statement we have written right after this loop itself, because I know that we need to write it. That is important. So I'll tell you in a while. So why exactly I interchange this print here and I incremental statement here. I'll explain you what will happen if we don't do that also. I'll explain you. But for now, please observe here that if so this statement is very clear, right? I value is 1, and as soon as the loop started and I increased the value to by 1, so in the sense 1 plus 1 is 2, so 2 is not equal to 6, so this code ran and it printed 2 here as an output. 2, 3, 4, 5, and as soon as 5 got printed, again this loop will start. 5 is less than 10, okay. 5 will get increased to 6, okay. So it got increased. Now what will happen if I is equal to 6? Yes, it is equal to 6. So what? So we have asked Python to continue in the sense skip this iteration in the sense stop running the code below and start the loop once again. Next, jump to the next step rather than continuing the following step. So this print code won't run as soon as I is equals to 6. Continue in the sense it will skip whatever we have written below and it will run to the next iteration. 6 will go back here and 6 will become 7. 7 is not equal to 6, so it will print 7 here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is what is happening here. Now I hope this is clear, but I'm sure you got one question that why did I interchange this? See, I have written print here and incremental value here, but here once you're trying to use continue, you interchange that, right? So what exactly happens if I don't interchange it? Let's see. Close this. Let's copy this whole thing, scroll down, paste it, and copy this print, paste it here. This is what it is, right? So it's just similar to this break statement, right? So here, if you see carefully, let's go ahead and visualize it. Before going to run this code, don't run this code because it will just create an infinite loop. So I'll tell you what exactly will happen. See now, yeah. So what will happen now is, let's see what is the first output. I is equals to 1. Okay. While I is less than 10, print I. So 1 will get printed. Perfect. So 1 is printed, and then if I is equals to 6. No, it is not equal to 6. Okay. Then it will jump to this line. So this line will be executed in the sense 1 will become 2. 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 will go back here again, second iteration, 2 is less than 10, print 2. Okay, we just printed 2, and then 2 is equals to 6. No, then it will run this code. 2 plus 1 is 3. All right. So again, it will come back to the next iteration. Again, loop will start. So 3 is less than 10, print 3. We have done that. Okay, so 3 is equals to 3 plus 1, and then yeah, 3 is less so okay, it will 3 will become 4, and 4 is less than 10, so print 4 here. Okay, and 4 is not equal to 6, so again 4 will become 5, and 5 is less than 10, so print 5. All right, and then if 5 is equals to 6, then continue. So this is false, so 5 is not equal to 6. So again this code will run. 5 plus 1 is 6. All right, see now what will happen. It will become 6. Okay, so 6 will go back here again. 6 is less than 10, so print 6. Okay, 6 will again get printed. So what exactly is happening here is, as soon as we have 5, in the sense 5 is less than 10, we printed 5. Okay, and 5 is not equal to 6, so we the next iteration, next line got executed, and 5 became 6, right? So now again the loop starts. 6 is less than 10, print 6, so we simply printed 6. Perfect. Now 6 is equals to 6. Now this statement got true. Till now this statement was false. Now I is equals to 6, so 6 is equals to 6. So continue. Continue in the sense this code won't run. Whatever we write below continue won't run. It will start again. The loop will get started once again from here. So I value is 6, right? So this, what is this code? This is the code that is responsible to increase the I value. So now what will happen? Our code didn't get an option to increase the I value. So again 6 will come back here. 6 is less than 10, and print I, in the sense 6 will get printed once again. Perfect. Now again 6 is equals to 6, so again continue once again. So 6 is less than 10, print 6. Again this statement will hit true, and then this code won't run, and again loop will start. Again 6 will get printed, and now this 6 will get printed infinitely till the code breaks, or software breaks, or infinite loop will keep on running, right, till you restart the application. So this is what will happen. So that is the reason this incremental statement is extremely important, and we write it as soon as we write the while statement. And printing things out, or doing some execution, or displaying results, all those things we can do it after this continue or break statements, right? This is fine, but the best method is, make sure you increment the I value. This is an extremely important. Else the code will run infinitely. right? So I hope you have clearly understood it. I have taken a very basic examples to explain these things. That is the reason we had to interchange this, because of the nature of how this continue things work. Because this continue statement, as soon as the code hits this continue statement as true, then it will skip the next part. And next part, if we write very important part, that is incremental. If Because in while loop, incremental statement is the most important part, in the sense some statement has to be there to break the loop at some point of time, right? So increment, right now here we are doing incrementation, or you need to write some other code to break the while loop. Again, don't get overwhelmed, just understand what I have explained in this video. Watch this video 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and if in case if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, and don't try to take very complex examples in while a loop and get overwhelmed. Try to keep it extremely simple. The fact is, you need to understand how Python is interpreting these things, how the code is running. You need to be able to visualize and tell the output without even running the code. And that is when we can say that, okay, you have got the concept right. Okay, so take a very small example, but make sure of important concepts. Like, see here, we need to increment the I value as soon as we write this while as soon as we start the while loop. Okay, so just to make sure that the important factor in this while loop, to stop the while loop, starting a while loop is not a hard thing, but stopping it is an extremely important thing, and else while loop will keep infinitely running, and that is not a good thing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section or in Q&A section, right? So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. In our next video, we are going to learn about for loop. It's also one of a very interesting concept, and you don't have to stop anything or think about this incremental stuffs like that. We do increment it, but yeah, it's a fun thing to do, fun thing to write for loop. It's not as dangerous like this while loop. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video with where we will be exploring for loop. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the question answer section, right? Thank you. Have a great day.